Hi guys, so I have to show you this video. This is Andre Walker, Brexiteer, very loud Brexiteer, who's going to connect, wait till you hear this, connect Meghan Markle to Brexit and Joe Biden. So there's a connection between Joe Biden and Brexit, the fact that he was against Brexit and he's concerned about peace in Northern Ireland and how Brexit will undermine that. But Andre is going to connect Meghan Markle to Brexit. Let's hear him do that.
I think the parallels between them and the Duke and Duchess of Windsor is absolutely unbelievable, because not only has he married an American divorcee, but really she's a bit of a troublemaker, but also this fraternising with the enemy. Now, look, I don't want to compare the Democrats in Washington to the Nazi Party. That would be unreasonable. However, right...
That would be unreasonable. I haven't heard a greater understatement in all of my life.
At the moment, the enemies of this country are those people who want to stop Brexit being a success. And
so the enemies in the UK at the moment are the people who don't want to make Brexit a success. So who is responsible for making Brexit a success? Tell me, I'd love to know who these people are. Who's stopping Britain and Brexit from being a success? Who are they? Tell us, Andre. I'd love to know who they are. Who's stopping it from being a success? Please tell us, give us the names of who these people are. Because if it's not been a success, I think it's down to Boris Johnson. I think it's down to Michael Gove. I think it's down to David Frost. The people who are actually in charge. Because you obviously have an idea it's somebody else.
And some of them are the Democrats in Washington. And what we've seen is now there's a great
So Democrats in Washington are stopping Brexit from being a success. Has he lost his mind? He's saying that the enemies of Brexit are Democrats in the United States, and they're stopping Brexit from being a success. How?
British feeling in the United States of America. We've all been accused of racism. The royal family's been denigrated. And of course, that has allowed those people within the EU that are campaigning against the post-Brexit trade deal.
The people in the European Union who are campaigning against the post-Brexit trade deal, who are you talking about? Who is campaigning against the post-Brexit trade deal in the EU?
Between the UK and the US to win out. We're now hearing today that Boris Johnson is going to dispatch somebody from the Northern Ireland office to work in the US Embassy in Washington to try and debunk these myths about Northern Ireland that are...
What myths about Northern Ireland? He's just saying words and he's not actually backing it up with any sort of evidence or any examples even.
Making it so hard to negotiate with the Americans. And of course, the other point to make is Joe Biden's right in the middle of it. He always said that he didn't want a trade deal with the United Kingdom. Donald Trump did, and now...
He didn't say he never wanted a trade deal with the United Kingdom. He said a trade deal is going to be extremely difficult, or he didn't actually come out and say it. His spokesperson said it, that if the Good Friday Agreement is undermined, then they can kiss goodbye to a trade deal. It's not, we're not going to do a trade deal. It's, we're not going to do a trade deal if you don't respect peace in Northern Ireland.
Now, Meghan's given him the excuse.
Yeah, I think if Joe Biden wants to not do a trade deal with the United...
Sorry, just let him say this part again.
Campaigning against the post-Brexit trade deal between the UK and the US to win out. We're now hearing today that Boris Johnson is going to dispatch somebody from the Northern Ireland office to work in the US Embassy in Washington to try and debunk these myths about Northern Ireland that are making it so hard to negotiate with the Americans. And of course, the other point to make is Joe Biden's right in the middle of it. He always said that he didn't want a trade deal with the United Kingdom. Donald Trump did, and now Meghan's given him the excuse.
So Meghan Markle has given Joe Biden an excuse not to do a trade deal with the UK because of Brexit. I don't know how he links. I still struggle to understand how he's linking Meghan Markle to Brexit. See, I'm trying to unravel this. So Meghan Markle has claimed that the royal family are racist. And because of that, Democrats in America are anti-British at the moment, and they're putting pressure on on Joe Biden not to do a trade deal with Britain because the royal family are racist. And Boris Johnson is sending a negotiator to the United States to convince the Americans of what? That the royal family are not racist? So if Boris Johnson can convince the Joe Biden's administration that the Queen is not racist, then they'll do a trade deal. Do I have it right?
Yeah, I think if Joe Biden wants to not do a trade deal with the United Kingdom based around the fact that our royal family might be racist, you might want to have a look at America's own history. He also
we have another one. So my God, are these people serious? Do they honestly believe that Joe Biden is saying, okay, which countries around the world are racist so that we don't do trade deals with them? It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry to inform you of this, but really, is this? I've been asking this question before. I believe this is a comedy channel. I think this is a parody. This can't be serious. Just think for a moment. He said here that Joe Biden doesn't want to do a trade deal with the United Kingdom because Meghan Markle said to some Democrats, or convinced some Democrats, that the UK royal family are racist. Please correct me in the comment section if I don't understand something about this.
Also might want to have a look actually at the trade deals that he's doing with the likes of the Germans at the core of the European Union. They've had some rather fruity periods in their history with.
Wow. He really jumped there. I didn't expect them to jump to that. I didn't think they'd jump to what the Germans did 70 years ago. So, Joe, we're really down a rabbit's hole here. So, Joe Biden shouldn't do a trade deal with. Let me get this straight. He shouldn't do a trade deal with Germany because Germany did something in the past. But he should do a trade deal with Britain because the royal family didn't do something in the present, or did do something in the present. I'm not sure. Which is it?
Race, haven't they? And so I just wonder whether or not maybe you should have a look at those.
And anyway, Joe Biden doesn't do trade deals with Germany. He does trade deals with the European Union. I thought Brexiteers had understood this at this stage. When did they learn that you don't do trade deals with individual countries, you do trade deals with the bloc? I thought that had been ironed out.
I think this was some of the key issues with the Meghan Markle thing, which is now actually the damage that this will do to the royal family. Not in this country. I think we're pretty steadfast in our loyalty towards the royal family, although the younger generations might not be, but around the world and around the Commonwealth as well. And I think this is
younger generations, younger than you.
The real damage that's being done now. And because Meghan Markle and Prince Harry did three things, they got Oprah on board. Now Oprah is just untouchable in America and around the world. She actually gave what I would regard as being a piss poor interview. Actually, she didn't dig deep into anything,
wasn't it?
She didn't. There was nothing. She didn't scratch the surface whatsoever. It was the softest of softball interviews you could possibly get. She didn't pick them up on any kind of facts or anything like that because she doesn't know.
But they're not politicians. What do you expect them? What sort of questions did you want Oprah to ask them? Like, what questions would you ask them? I understand, maybe they were given a softball interview, but they're not politicians. They don't actually represent anyone. They were not elected, unfortunately.
Any facts about the royal family. This was it. Meghan Markle then used two things I think as a security blanket: mental health and race. Now, the first issue there with the mental health thing I want to say is, look, anyone who's genuinely got mental health issues, suicidal, etc., let's help out there. Clearly, it's a terrible thing. I've had my own struggles with mental health. I'm sure we all have. But Meghan Markle's issue here was that the palace didn't give her help. Now, Prince Harry is patron of a mental health charity, the Heads Together thing. He's well documented saying he's been into therapy. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, I'm not going to get into this because it's a bit pointless and this is completely off topic. They started talking about Brexit and how Meghan Markle is connected to Brexit. I don't think going any further would help us make that connection any better. At the end of the day, these people somehow believe that if Brexit is not a success, it's someone else's fault. It's not because of Brexiteers. It's not because of Brexit. You cannot touch Brexit. Brexit is perfect. It cannot be criticized. So if it's not a success, it's Joe Biden's fault. It's people in the EU campaigning against any deal between the UK and the US, and it's because of Democrats. So if Scottish fishermen can't sell their fish, it's because of Joe Biden and Meghan Markle. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?